Good afternoon. It is Tuesday, December 6, 2022. Today was our monthly food distribution. In cooperation with Caring Ministries, we're able to prepare and distribute 72 food boxes. On Monday, we had 8 volunteers, and on Tuesday, we had 5 volunteers. We packed and distributed 72 boxes of food to an estimated 30 families with about 113 people represented. And I appreciate all of our volunteers and our partnership with Caring Ministries and our friendship with Pastor Rudy Gutierrez of Iglesia Bautista Cristo Vienne and his help in all of our food distribution ministry. Thank you. This afternoon, we're going to look at another one of Isaiah's prophecies about Jesus and how it relates to the Christmas time. In Isaiah chapter 9, verses 6 to 7, and I'm reading from the New Living Translation, second edition, it says, "For a child is born to us, a son is given to us. The government will rest on his shoulders, and he will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. His government and its peace will never end. He will rule with fairness and justice from the throne of his ancestor David for all eternity. The passionate commitment of the Lord of heaven's armies will make this happen." Isaiah predicts for us that the child will be born. When Jesus came to the earth, he didn't come on a spaceship. He didn't just instantly appear, poof, there he is. He was born of a virgin in a manger in one of the most beautiful and compelling of all scriptural events. God invaded time and space to send his only son with a baby's cry. Uses some names for him. He calls him Wonderful Counselor. It's amazing how often just the well-spoken wisdom of a counselor can get us put back on track. And Jesus is certainly a wonderful counselor. Calls him Mighty God. We need to remember that God is all-powerful and mighty and is in charge. And even when we are struggling with our own impotence, we need to recognize that God is mighty and powerful. Calls him Everlasting Father. He just keeps going and being and leading and doing forever. And he calls him the Prince of Peace, because truly the Messiah is coming, has come, and is coming to bring us peace with ourselves, with our fellow man, and peace with God. He says he will rule with fairness and justice. Both in Isaiah's time and in Jesus' time, both cultures were struggling under the oppressive reign of outside forces that were treating them terribly. And yet, when Jesus comes, he'll rule with fairness and justice. How beautiful it is to remember that God will bring fairness and justice back to our completely unfair and unjust land. And he says he will reign for all eternity, that we don't have to worry about him being a flash in the pan or a fly-by-night or coming and going, but he will be here for the duration. And then he says God will make this happen. God will see to it, and all of heaven's armies will make sure that God will bring this to pass. It is certain, it is sure, and we can count on it. So this Christmas season, as you lick your candy canes and slice your fruitcakes and move your elf on the shelf around the house, just remember, God is doing something amazing. He is bringing about his beautiful reign where fairness and justice will be the norm instead of the abnormal, where things will happen because it's the right thing to do and it's appropriate and right instead of what we can get away with. Oh, how we look for the kingdom of God, where fairness and justice rule and righteousness rolls down like the waters. How precious it is to recognize that Christmas is our promise of God's fairness and justice. God bless you.